Join me on a photo walk of the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. Went there with friends. Wanted to do some type of photography, and the easiest way to do that is with your phone. Of course, in my case, I had a GoPro as well. It's been a long time since I've gone there. Photography can be whatever you want. Using a phone a lot of the time is just fine. I enjoy it. Obviously, you don't tend to get as much control. The photos will likely be lower quality than a high-end interchangeable lens camera, but I still enjoy the process. I don't need perfect photos out of it. With photography, I think memories are more important than the results. So I enjoy documentary style photography, going out there, taking photos, try to get some context out of it. Years into the future, I can look at those and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then I start remembering details just by looking at the photos. We have a bunch of cool exhibits. This was quite a while back in 2023. Actually, I'm just finally getting to editing something out of this footage and photos. It could be different, or it's most likely different than now. At the time, they had this large train set, basically, that you can go around and look at all the tiny details. It's very fun. I enjoy those large, yet small little displays of the world. Fun looking at the trains. If you have a zoom lens, the trains would be great for photography in that case. They also had a ton of these Mold-O-Ramas, which I remember as a kid going to Brookfield Zoo and such and getting those figures from it. I didn't get one this time, but one of my friends did. Super cool. It's glad to see that these machines still function. They're still working, still producing cute little figures for kids and such, or adults. Full-size planes for the most part, at least portions of planes. So many things to look at, see, and do. A large wind tunnel and all of the related weather information. You can see twisters or whatever they're called in action. A large U-boat. You have to pay extra for that, so I didn't go inside, but I did see the exterior. Really interesting to see up close. At the time, there was a Pompei exhibit. We did pay extra to check that out. Some of it I can't really show because it's a little lewd for YouTube. Bowls, tools, things like that. It's interesting that the tools, they're made of different materials most likely, but you look at them and they're extremely similar to what you could get now at a dollar store or something. So with these tweezers, yeah, very, very similar looking and functional, I'm sure. They also had fishing tools. Again, very similar to what you could get now. All of the pans, pots, super cool to see that, we're not really that different. It's just a matter of how much technology you have at the time, what you can use to help augment your creations. Back then, they didn't have as many opportunities, they didn't have as many options and background knowledge that they could use to work off of. So there are some differences in that respect, but still, it's pretty close. You can tell the differences between the different statues based on how much money the person had that commissioned it. Some of them are pretty basic, some of them are very elaborate. Armor, things like that as well. Very, very cool. And then, of course, all of the difficult things from Pompeii with the volcano and such. I don't know the details of how that all worked. I assume they made casts of things and created the reverse of that to give us an idea of what it is, what actually happened there. It was very interesting to look at. Even some of the stuff you were able to touch, so you could touch something from Pompeii. I did take that opportunity to touch it. Obviously, in situations like this, be respectful with your photography, videography, things like that. Read the rules, make sure that it's possible and won't cause any issues. In my case, it worked out all right. Didn't have any problems. Really enjoyed the time, of course, with my friends and such, and doing the photography. Museums are great. Take the time, check them out. Definitely worth the visit. And in this case, the Museum of Science and Industry. Very, very fun trip. Lots of cool stuff to check out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Scott Photography Bonsai. Thanks.